What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Pause Reset Play. Probably the most difficult Redux story mission to do in the Solstice of Heroes event is the 1AU mission. Now, of course, I'm talking about the mission where you have to board the Almighty to knock out this weapon before it takes out the sun. The most difficult part of this mission, other than it being extremely long, is this section right here, where you're on the part where you have to cross this area where all the sun is beating down on you. Now, in the regular story mission, this part is pretty easy. You can actually just run right past everything and make it to the other side. Here in this Redux mission, not so much. This part here has way more adds to it. They hit you much harder. And honestly, I think that the recovery rate that you have here from the sun damage is not quite as much as it is in the regular mission. So I wanted to make some tips here that can allow solo players to get across this area, which is the most challenging part of this mission. So the one mistake that I think a lot of people make is they try to go bit by bit, start out here and work your way down. Personally, I think your best bet is to run out and have some of the first dropships come in and then immediately run back to where you were. Hop back inside here, and from here you could slowly work your way and take out these guys. Now, it is a bit more time consuming doing this, but believe me, it's way better than dying out here and respawning over and over and over again, because you really cannot rush through this. You have to slowly work your way, and this is probably the best way of starting this mission out. I think you want to make sure you have scout rifles here, because it's going to be hard to get these guys in close range. And the one thing you have going for you too is those guys also get hurt by the sun, so you have that damage over time. If you're sitting back here and taking pot shots at the cabal enemies, you should be able to get them down bit by bit. So I think that's a good way of starting this out. The other thing too is make sure you're taking out these scions, because these guys do mega damage against you right now, and it's especially crippling when you're trying to get across here. You have the sun taking down your health. One shot from those guys is going to take away half your shield. So you can imagine if you're out in no man's land, you get hit by a sniper shot, and that's pretty much it. You have to restart. It's hard to say, because getting across here, you have to get across the entire area and through the door for the checkpoint to count. If you die anywhere along this, you're going to start right back here. So better to be safe than sorry. Here I took out the first wave. There are some scions down there. I'm going to run down here really quickly, get to this spot, and the next set of dropships will come in. Again, I'd recommend running back here, getting back to your safe spot, and doing the same thing over again. Slowly work your way down. There's going to be some stronger enemies here that come out. I know there's a Centurion that comes out here in this second little batch, but this is going to be your best strategy. Use a scout rifle, use something long range. If you have a sniper, by all means bring that one out, especially if it does solar damage, because you want to take down the solar shield of that Centurion. There's also a Centurion over on the doorway on that side, so having a sniper for that part is going to be important. But this is going to be your safest play, and I think in this particular case it's better to be slow and steady to get across. It's going to save you time in the long run. So I know a lot of people are having trouble with this, especially if you're a solo player. It can be really frustrating doing this part. So I wanted to share some of these basic tips on how to get across this thing. Right now I am using, for my weapon loadout, I'm using Nameless Midnight, a nice explosive scout. I'm using the Braytech Scout just because it's a solar scout and it's a really long range weapon. And then I'm also using Whisper of the Worm. If you don't have that, that's fine. You can always use a different sniper rifle. Just try to make sure it has solar damage on it and you'll be fine. So that's the overall idea here, is taking advantage of the safe spot where you start. And I'm just going to keep working here and slowly trying to get these scions down, because those guys are going to be the ones who more often than not make you respawn here. Here's the Centurion I was talking about. Get his shield down, and this is where it's nice to have the solar weapon. See if I can try to get him here with a whisper shot. Get him out of the way. So now I'm out of heavy ammo, so that doesn't really bode too well for me here, but no big deal. You don't necessarily need heavy to get through this. You want to be careful, that's all. So the first two drop pods have come in. I'm going to run down here, collect some ammo. Hopefully there was some heavy ammo, not anything there. Wait a second, get your health back, and then there's going to be another set of drop pods. So get down to here, get those to spawn in, and try to run back right away. Let me see here. There should be another drop pod that comes in. We may have gotten to the point here where I'm okay and there's no more drop pods here. So this first wave is done. This area is clear. Now these guys will start coming across, so don't hesitate if they start getting close to this position to get back to your original safe spot. But from once you get down to this part, you can use this as your kind of beachhead and have it be your safe area. The only challenging part here is they will come over here, and because it's so bright, it is kind of difficult to see. So for that reason, I'd still recommend making your way back to your original safe haven. Get back to your safe spot, and then just slowly chip away. Like I said, it's in this part of this mission, it's much better to have it take a little bit longer and get through it than try to rush and end up getting killed way over there and having to restart this thing. That's what's most demoralizing. So I wanted to make this video just showing this little basic tip, weapons to use, etc. This will help you get through this part of 1AU. I know a lot of people are getting frustrated with this, spending hours trying to get it done. So wanted to share some tips, and hopefully this is helpful for some people. If it is, please let me know in the comments. Please hit me up with a subscribe. I would really appreciate that as well. Most importantly though, thanks everybody for watching, and we will all catch up soon.